Welcome back everybody, this is GoDz bringing you the WCG World Cyber Games Chinese Dota 2 Qualifier. I'm here, just woken out of bed, but more importantly I'm here. This is DK up against Tongfu in the semi-finals. The winner of this matchup will qualify for the Dota 2 event at the WCG Grand Finals later this year in China. I believe it's the first weekend in December. IG have already qualified on the other half of the bracket. After that, though, we do have a Grand Finals match. The winner of this match will go up against IG for seeding purposes, so we're going to see either Tongfu or DK join IG in that final on Monday evening, I want to say. It was meant to be tomorrow night, Sunday evening, but it got pushed back to Monday due to some scheduling conflicts. So what we're left with is a semi-final matchup today, and then the finals on Monday. The finals featuring two teams who have already qualified will be fighting for that top seed, guys. So we're going to be bringing you all the live action here on the Beyond the Summit TV channel. I'm David, just David today. We're no longer David and David, but hopefully I can bring you all the action in as good a quality as possible. Some of you may notice, where's 720p options gone? Where's all this other fancy stuff which LD Stream offers? Why is it not as clear as usual? Unfortunately, due to internet reasons, due to a cap on the internet here in Australia, I can only stream at certain qualities. My upload rate does not handle faster qualities, but I'll stream as best as I can, guys, and this is a much needed day off and rest for LD, who's been casting and commentating non-stop with the G1 League. It's been a busy schedule, and we've only just now got to that sort of small break between the online playoffs and the offline playoffs, so he's taking a couple days break. He will probably be joining me on Monday when we have the WCG, the finals for this event, as well as the GESD Dota 2 and various other events. But for now, guys, for tonight, I'm all on my lonesome self, but that's absolutely fine with me. I do enjoy some solo casting, and we're going to get into this game just to sort of set things up, guys. Here's a big sort of blown up view of this bracket. You can see how the teams got here. DK having beaten Leo in the quarterfinals, and Tongfu, yesterday we saw them, or some of us may have seen them, take down Team NA Noah's Ark 2-0 in a very entertaining quarterfinals. Saw some interesting new picks coming out from NA, as well as a decent, fairly solid showing from them. So we'll see what these two teams can offer here. A much tougher opponent in DK, an opponent who's been playing very well and has really been shining in the Dota 2 scene, probably a second only to IG. They've been playing better than LGD as of late with this new metagame, guys. So we're going to get right into things, as it looks like the bans and picks, they're just sort of unraveling now, so we're going to try and dissect this, guys. And this is DK versus Tongfu, a best of 3 matchup for the WCG Chinese qualifiers. And we have got DK over on the Radiant side, Tongfu playing that Dire side, and this is two teams who seem slight changes to their rosters over the last month or two. We've got Tongfu, who's brought in Long DD, as well as Veronica. Veronica's been playing a bit of that 3 position in the side lane, but so's Long DD. In fact, Long DD played a farming Sven. He also plays that support role on occasion. Veronica generally in that side lane solo, though, with Hao playing the main farmer, Mu on that secondary solo / farming role for Tongfu. And then of course you've got Sancheng, who does play that hard support role. So it's a very versatile team in some ways. Tongfu, DK, you kind of know how the role distribution works. They're a much more, in some ways, easier to predict teams, but it kind of works for them. They play to their strength. They have every player on the same role time and time again. You've got Super, their core solo mid hero. You've got Burning, who plays that safe lane farmer, or at least the farmer usually in those sort of dual lanes or tri lanes. You've got ROTK, who's doing the drafting at the moment, going under the name of Kung Fu Panda, who plays that off lane solo. Then you've got MMY, or Dai, the famous solo mid with his Lion as well as his Storm Spirit. He now plays that 4 position, or sometimes the 5, depending on what support decks you pick up. He plays support, plays an amazing Wisp. And then you've got QQQ, or 357, the former eHome captain. He's joined forces with DK, so we're going to see Burning reunited with some of his former teammates as this draft unravels here. So what does ROTK manage to pick up? He had the first pick over on that Radiant side, banning out the Darkseid, the Bounty Hunter, Batrider, and Rubik getting bad from Tongfu. No surprises at all seeing the Batrider ban, and he's picked up Templar Assassin and then gone into a Keeper of the Light Undying. Have not seen DK run the Undying. Maybe it's something that LD managed to catch while I was away, but this is something a lot of teams have been doing, using this Undying in a farming role. N9 been doing it all the time. The European teams have been banning Undying and picking him up very early on in the draft. Very hard to verse. And, well, it looks like DK, they have faith in this Undying pick. Maybe we're going to see even Burning play this Undying. It's a kind of sort of new role that he's been playing. Hasn't been playing the hard carry type roles, or at least as far as doing DPS. He's playing more those tanky initiator type roles with the Slardar, the Sven. It's a much more newly invented style of play coming out from DK. With that said, When push comes to shove, if they need to run an anti-mage, if they need to run that hard carry, they can. They did that against LGD in the G1 League. They went to a third game with LGD taking the first game, DK taking the second with a Sven, I believe, by burning, and a very aggressive play. But game 3 they said, guess what? We can play an anti-mage style as well. So they picked anti-mage in that game number 3. And we're going to see what it is going to be here, how they're going to play this Undying. It could always be just a support role. It doesn't have to be in that main carry, that main farming role. But when you've got the DPS coming out from a Templar Assassin, you don't have to put burning on another hero that can give you the huge late game potential. If they can dominate the mid game with a strong team fight, with a nice initiation, take down towers, which you can do with the Undying Keeper of the Light, just to give you that sort of strong death ball, Templar Assassin can really just dish out the damage. You can tear through that plus armor of Sven using the meld, maybe getting it for a Desolator as well. Tongfu, they've gone for a Sven, Leshrac, Queen of Pain. That's a team we haven't actually sort of talked about how they're playing. What they've actually picked up here, Sven, a hero. They had Long DD play him in a farming role yesterday. They also had Hao play him. In the first game it was Hao playing him as a farm, in the second game it was Long DD. Long DD was playing him while they had, I can't remember, I think they had a Sven tri-lane. They had an anti-mage solo mid played by Hao. They literally ran anti-mage solo mid against the dual lane. That was Hao, and then Mu was playing something along the lines of a Bat Rider, some kind of side lane solo, but one of those sort of strong side lane solos that can just control the flow of the game. Something like a Bat Rider, I want to say, if my memory serves me correctly. So we had Mu Bat Rider, Sven being played by Long DD in a dual or trial, and an Anti-Mage as a solo mid. We're not going to be seeing Anti-Mage here. DK banned that out. They know that Hao loves to play the Anti-Mage. It's sort of his go-to hero as of late. He hasn't been playing amazing since the TI2 East qualifiers when Tongfu just dominated the field, and he likes to go for those sort of the safe options for himself, which is the anti-mage often. Queen of Pain likely to be played by Mu, one of Mu's best heroes, one of his, as of late, his signature heroes. And DK, wow, they ban out Magnetor even. They're afraid of that initiation, afraid of the hero's ability to combo with that Sven. And, well, DK, they're looking to really sort of cheese Tongfu down with this Undying Keeper of the Light picks, I want to say. We'll see what they want to round this off with, looking at maybe another strong support if they're playing the Undying as a farmer to give them that strong push, looking at then some kind of a versatile solo hero, and that's what Tongfu are banning out. They ban out the Enigma, a possible secondary support, a possible side lane solo, and the Lone Druid, a hero that can give a lot of pushing power. Can also go in that Suicide as a solo. MTW ran that all the time, consistently in their sort of their group up and push type mid-game push strategies that have a Suicide Lone Druid. It wasn't always about farming the fast radiance. It would be about teaming up, grouping up, and going for those pushes, just using that bear for his sheer pushing power. So DK now, they're going to have their fourth pick coming up in just a second. The last band's actually a Wisp, so Wisp does have some nice synergy with both Templar Assassin, the Undying, allowing Undying to chase down, get off more decays, just really wallop heroes to pieces, and then with Templar Assassin, gives Templar a lot more chasing capabilities, ability to also keep Templar Assassin alive when going for those dives. So, well, this is going to be interesting. What did DK want to get with this fourth pick here? Do they go for some sort of a jungler? It's going to be a Shadow Shaman, so there's your other support option. And that's going to be your trial lane, the Shadow Shaman, Keeper of the Light, and Undying. Probably going to be playing it in the safe lane. It can go offensive trial lane, but the Shadow Shaman, not the best for those purposes. I feel they want to get Shadow Shamans on levels, and they're not going to be looking to push from level 1, level 2. Sure, they could maybe contest a trial lane, but against a team who's going to be using the pools in that top lane, Tongfu, if they run a defensive dual lane or trial lane, they'll just use the pools. They will starve out an enemy trial lane if they go up against them. So I think DK just run a safe trial lane here, get the early levels, get the early farm, and then around the sort of level 5 to level 8 mark, that's when they look to group up, take down some towers. Templar Assassin doesn't have to join up immediately, can just continue to do her own thing, find kills around the map, find farm just in the mid lane, because Tongfu don't really have many heroes that match up well against Templar Assassin in the mid lane. What are they going to actually be picking here to send mid against Templar Assassin? I imagine it's just got to be that Queen of Pain. Mu's going to be trying to deal with the Templar Assassin at mid. You've got the Shadow Strike to do the tick damage, the poison over time, but it can always be dodged by meld. And even with that being dropped on Templar Assassin, sort of ticking away at the refract defensive refract, you still have the bonus damage. Templar Assassin can outlast hit, outfarm a Queen of Pain at mid lane if played well, and we'll probably see Super playing that Templar Assassin. His Templar Assassin, last time we saw it, absolutely tore apart LGD. It was a sight to see. LGD were just getting completely annihilated. It was when they picked that Suicide Alchemist in Game 2 in the G1 League, and it did not work out for LGD, to say the least. Super was, I think, godlike in about 8 to 12 minutes time. And, well, we're going to see what happens now with this game number 1. This is a best of 3, as mentioned. And as mentioned, LD, taking a bit of a break. I'm just streaming this on my own, and because WCG is a hipster tournament, we're going to go with hipster stream qualities. This is a 612p because that's where all the hipsters are at. That's where all the cool kids are. Actually, unfortunately, my internet does not handle higher resolution streams than that because of being from Australia, but we're going to soldier on regardless. Tongfu picked themselves up in Nature's Prophet. That's a potential side lane solo for them. Also, just something they could send in that jungle if they want to play a slightly more greedy type of play, which is not what you want to do against this Undying Keeper of the Light Shadow Shaman trio. DK the last pick for DK. Possibly Burning's hero. Possibly something... I can't imagine ROTK playing him, so this is unusual kind of lanes that we're going to be seeing coming out from DK. Maybe they go offensive trial now with this Dragon Knight pick. They don't really have a clear suicide solo here. Who do you send in that offlane as a solo? You don't have any options, so you go for a safe solo, run the offensive tri lane maybe. They can have Burning playing that safe lane solo with the Dragon Knight. Maybe run a safe lane Templar Assassin. Plenty of options for them. Tongfu last pick an Omni Knight, and I gotta worry, where does the counter push come from? There isn't much offered from this. Long DD played a fantastic Omni Knight yesterday as a support role, just sort of backing up. I think that was that first game when they had the Sven. You just dropped their repellent and allowed Tongfu Hao to just really go Rambo in. So maybe that's kind of what they're hoping for again. Probably going to see Long DD playing that Omni Knight with Sansheng on the Leshrac. And we'll see just how they want to do it. There we go. Long DD does pick up the Omni Knight. So game number one, some very interesting picks coming out from the two Chinese teams. With Omni Knights being picked up for Tongfu. With DK going with a Dirge tri-lane. I'm excited to see how this works out for them. As 2 seconds, guys, let me just get rid of this little bubble. There's no Dota TV, unfortunately, which means I don't need to have that little bubble there constantly appearing. Although it wants to. It wants to stay there. We'll live on with it. Small, minor thing. We are going to be seeing MMY Die playing the Shadow Shaman, Super playing that solo mid-Templar Assassin. We've got ROTK playing the Undying. Playing the Dirge, as he's known in Dota 1. QQQ357 on the Keeper of the Light. Burning playing the Dragon Knight. And that rounds off your Team DK, the team who has been playing very well, very consistently throughout. Their one loss to LGD in the G1 League in that playoffs match in the Game 1 in an absolutely epic 90-minute, I don't know, showdown. It was just a complete stalemate for 90 minutes, and somehow LGD came out on top of that. But DK won the series. They took the next 2 games, but check out that first game. That was probably the last time DK have lost a significant Dota 2 series. They lost one group stage game to Orange when they drew 1-1, but that was a long time ago when they just had that new roster of theirs, as we are going to be seeing Tongfu's Veronica playing in that offlane. Sansheng playing the Leshrac. Looks like he's going to be starting out near bottom, probably just trying to get some wards up for his team. He's got a ward on this high ground here, scanning things out. I like this position. You're not going to be able to get to the other side of the map to get one over here. It's too dangerous. Very hard to get a block on this pool when... Well, look at this. DK are protecting it so damn well. And then mid lane, Hao, once again, much like his anti-mage, we saw anti-mage solo mid, he's now playing a Sven solo mid. This is a new style of play coming out from Hao, and that puts Long DD. This is similar to what we saw yesterday, playing a support Omni Knight in the safe lane, and Mu, Queen of Pain, in the farming safe lane. Omni Knight's just going to be looking to use pools, get farms here. They're not going to be looking to push Undying out of this lane. So it's a 1v1 matchup, Undying versus Queen of Pain at top. Probably actually goes okay for Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's going to say, well, I can kind of harass you out of the lane, you've got the stout shield, but I can just really look to punish you and be as annoying as possible with that harass. And here we go. Nature's Prophet, this creep wave's been completely pulled away. That comes down to those treants being used. Burning. Is it going to be able to he wants to maybe bring this to his own creep wave. He's already got a big creep wave that's going to be pushing out, and that's going to make it hard for him to keep this creep equilibrium. But look at this. Veronica being completely prevented from getting pull happening. And Leshrac has gone mid, so it's not just a solo mid Sven, it's going to be a dual lane Sven at the mid lane up against Stupid. This is how they deal with the Templar Assassin. They don't have any strong heroes to send against it. They run this dual lane. Keeper of the Light's lurking nearby, but Keeper of the Light's more just focused on getting early levels, early farm. In fact, it's just going for this big stack in mid lane. They've gone in. Chain stuns down on Super. There's not going to be enough damage here without an edict, without an additional nuke, and they just do not have that as of yet. Sentry Ward at the mid lane, just being dropped down. I think they're afraid of an offensive... Oh! Just as the Sentry Ward goes down, the Observe Ward goes down. Is it in range, though? That is going to be the true test here. Super already taking a lot of damage. Does have the refraction up. Not going to see another stun from Hao. He's actually out of mana at this point. And with that Super knows he can be playing a lot more aggressive. When Sven doesn't have a stun, they can't really go on him. They can't get those kills. And bottom lane. MMY trying to push Veronica out. Veronica now knows just a dual lane here. Oh, Undying! First blood solo kill at top! What happens there? A lot of decay. He's stolen so much here. Queen of Pain goes down. First Blood is completely and utterly missed, and in the most unusual place of all, a solo Suicide Undying picks up a kill on the solo Queen of Pain. Not something I would have expected. I need to watch those HP bars at the top, apparently, as that is just the last place I was thinking we'd see a First Blood, and it looks like the Sentry Ward not in range of this Observer. I think they were maybe expecting it to be something over here, but slightly misplaced Sentry Ward.
Denied.
As Kung Fu Panda, he is the player to watch, apparently. ROTK has just been playing out of his mind as of late. He's a player who somewhat struggled during TI2, I want to say. He wasn't all that comfortable in that side lane solo. He often was giving up First Bloods, getting caught out, even though he was go up against dual lanes or tri lanes, but he would give up kills that he really shouldn't. Here we go, though. Is Super going to be giving up a kill? The mid lane Edict goes down. Super on the run. Edict damage is going to be enough. Sven actually picks himself up the kill, so they do show this is how you deal with a 10-player assassin. This is how you get those kills. And, well, that's going to help out Tongfu. DD Rune on Hao made sure of it. He's got this early bottle, and that's one lane they want to have go their way. They wanted this top lane to go their way. Long as he's getting levels, getting some XP and farm, but that First Blood just unforgivable from Mu, who's been a solid Queen of Pain player, a really solid solo, but not showing it in this top lane, apparently. How is the DK for DK burning with all this crazy looking items? He looks freaking sweet. And he is farming away, 16 and 10. Nature's Prophet, well, has gotten half a level, absolutely nothing. Trying to keep sending those treants to maybe pull waves, but the two supports with Shadow Shaman, Keeper of Light both there. Look at this. He pulls, I think he tried to use his treant to get this creep wave here, but the big camp was used there, intercepting every creep wave gets pulled. DK say, well, thanks for helping us pull this creep wave. He pulls it to this big camp. There's just nothing Veronica can do. Actually, he can do this. He can come in, sneak a creep, and then get the hell out of there. He needs to be careful. Shadow Shaman could come in, look for some kills here. DK is in the lane there, so the two supports alone probably can't kill Nature's Prophet. But hey, that may be enough there. As bottom lane, Veronica, Keeper of the Light, getting just whatever she can. I say she, I'm not sure why I think Keeper of the Light's a girl. For some reason I have this image in my head that Keeper of the Light should be a girl. But no, not by any means. Keeper of the Light is level 3 already, 2 points in the chakra, so just gonna have that more cost-efficient use of mana. Having that second point in chakra magic, pretty much you're doubling your mana restore, allows you to use a lot more illuminates to continue to farm, and he's just doing that here. Farming away the neutral creeps, trying to get up early items, early farm. He's level 4 now as well, so this is plenty of levels on him. They're going in again on mid on super. Both stuns get refracted here. They think they have enough damage with the Edict maybe. Keeper of the Light blast comes in, and what a turnaround. Keeper of the Light was there, ready for it. Keeper of the Light, double kill for 357. QQQ at the mid lane. Perfect timing to come in. Super knew he had the backup, and the stuns. They did no damage at all. I mean, it's great. Last time they killed him with the Sven Stormbolt getting refracted, but they had the follow-up damage, and I think the Leshrac stun didn't get refracted. That time, everything just getting refracted. How TP's back towards the mid lane, immediately drops a stun, but refraction for TA. TA with the bottle now, plenty of HP regen, easily keeping himself alive. Now here we go, top lane, Tongfu's long DD with Helvamu. They're looking to go in. DK constantly being used. HP regen is there, Soul Ring as well. And then now going to have to fight through this too. You want to be careful, Undying. One of those things you have to be careful of is when that Decay Strength Seal disappears, you suddenly drop down in HP, and that can make you a lot squishier. But right now he's doing well at this top lane. He's staying alive. He salves up. He's got HP regen still. He's got this Soul Ring boots. He's got this huge item progression. And this is a great start coming out for DK. As there we go. That's what I want to see. Put up those creep stats. Always forgetting those. This is what happens when I don't cast enough. This is why LD is normally the one actually casting. Well, I'd say I forget because it's normally LD the one casting. As here we're going to see Mu at top lane. He's got Tread, so he's had decent farm. He's up to 34 creep kills compared to Dirge, who's just sitting on 20 bears. An offlane Dirge against a dual lane, having 20, having that first blood. I'm still wondering. This is like one of those games you have to go back and watch the replay and say, how does this Undying first blood of Queen of Pain? Like, for one thing, I missed it. How did I miss that? I mean, it's just so unexpected. Not something you'd think would happen. And I mean, ROTK, he knows that this hero is just so tanky, can go up against this dual lane and not have to be too afraid. It's not like it's a trial lane that can push him out, zone him out. Nature's Prophet at bottom lane is being fairly well zoned out, just hitting level 2 now, has early boots up, a point in the teleport as well, and it's now mid lane. They've gone in again. They want super. Dual Suns are there with the Edict. He gets the refract up and the boots. Sanchen can't keep up. I guess a bit of creep blocking there happening. How had the Warcry? He even used the Warcry to try to keep up, but Super managed to get away. The Edict damage not following as well as he would have liked. And Mu at top lane taking a lot of harasses from the Decay whenever it gets dropped down. So DK off to a good start with this 3-1 lead. As far as CS goes, Burning is leading the chance. Then you've got two heroes for Tongfu in the Queen of Pain and Sven not far behind. Keeper of the Light's up there, but a lot of those, of course, being neutral creeps here. But this is what's going to really help out DKs if they can start getting some of these towers. And towers are going to try and get Veronica. Oh, Veronica, yes, uses the time to get out of there. That's what you've got to do. As soon as you see them pushing in, if they have this feeling you're there, they can go scout you out. So getting out as soon as possible. And he can try, he wants to try and pull these creeps off the tower or go for this Sinai. Burning, his positioning says, no way are you getting the Sinai. Keeper of the Light actually gets the tower, but just doesn't want to give any chance at all for Veronica to get the Sinai. And DK, they're not done pushing. They're going to go to the next tower. Tongfu need to make something happen somewhere. It's going to be at top lane. They're going on Kung Fu Panda. Drops a 2. Can he turn this around? DK, he steals strength from 2, maybe 3 heroes. He's up to 900 HP. He's going to turn this around. This is not a hero that they can get with 3 heroes. ROTK, the Kung Fu Panda. He's just chopping everybody down. Long DD is going to be the next to go, maybe. Is there another Decay? He needs to use it soon. 1 second. Is it coming? He doesn't. He gets the kill. He doesn't get the Decay off. If he gets that Decay off, maybe he gets Mu as well. ROTK, what a freaking beast. YOLO, says ROTK. Oh, and unfortunately for Tongfu, he does live more than once. He's going to be back up in 10 seconds time, and with that, well, he's going to be going right back, maybe not even back to that top lane. Maybe now he starts to group up. He's got himself up to level 7, almost level 8, and his ability to just help out his team in these pushes is absolutely huge. He's got Keeper of the Light starting to farm up a mech, almost even has a mech. 1,500 gold for Keeper of the Light. He did get one of those T1 towers at bottom, and he's now just about 200-300 gold away from a very fast mech, 357, with a lot of farm on this Keeper of the Light. And where did Tongfu? Where did they get the answers from? I mean, they have Sven Hao, who's 1-on-1 with the 32 creep kills. Maybe can just pick up some treads here. He just doesn't have the farm needed. Tongfu haven't been getting these towers in. Look at what's happening here. A huge jump. 5k in gold going the way of DK with those last few fights. Super going to find himself getting jumped on. The purification doesn't get dealt with. And there's the slows coming out from Super, trying to slow them down. Can they keep up? Edict damage not going to be enough. We need another stun coming from Sansheng. Is he going to land it? TP's coming in. Tongfu, have they chased too far? It sure as hell looks like it's stun. It does land, but guess what? Super has the refract up. Does absolutely nothing. Now the trap's going to slow down Sansheng. DK's burning. Ulti gets the stun up with a follow-up Dragon Breath as well. Huge plays from him. It looks like Sven does manage to get out of there. He's got a haste rune, luckily for him, so MMY doesn't get the shackle. He gets a hex off. He probably thought he had a shackle easily lined up. The hasted chicken, though, scurries away. And now we're going to see DK grouping up the mid lane. They've taken 2 towers bot. They're going to look to take 2 towers mid as well. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. This is not what Tongfu want to see. They're going to start losing towers one by one. And that is not going to be something that Tongfu are prepared to defend. Nature's Prophet's still not level 6, doesn't have that ultimate up yet. Queen of Pain picks up a kill at the top lane. Looks like they do manage to get the Undying this time, something they struggled to do the last couple of times. Long DD even popping the ultimate for it, but DK at the mid lane, tower by tower, one by one. They're doing this, they're making it happen. Burning, just leading the way with his early tread soaring, just has the ability to continually spam off these waves. You've got heals coming, I believe Keeper of the Light. Is this a mech yet? Must be about to fly out. I want to say this is his mech coming out. Full mech? Yeah, something along those lines. If he's got the branches. Yes, he does. Full mech coming out from Keeper of the Light. Observe wards as well. MMY has the arcane boots. And DK say, well, we've taken down 3 towers already just 10 minutes in. We want more. We want to keep on going. Bottom lane, you've got Super phase boots up. This is the one hero for DK who hasn't had much of an impact as far as actually taking down towers, getting kills, but he's been distracting lots of heroes. It forced Tongfu to send a dual lane against him at mid lane. They forced so much of a reaction from Tongfu, and as a result, Tongfu left Undying to do his business at top lane against a sort of weak dual lane. The tri lane at bottom, the DK, Dragon Knight had free farm. The supports had free farm in the neutrals, and here we go. Tongfu trying to defend this. They've got to deal with this tombstone. Can they do it in time? It doesn't look like they can. Mu trying to just focus on the tomb. He does get it down. Tongfu have already lost one. They take out the Undying. Burning, great stun from Hao. He's going in. He's going to try to cleave him down. Serpent Ward drop onto Hao. Hao needs to get out of there. He does manage to do so. Super's now made his way towards the top lane. I believe Keeper of the Light brings him with a recall. Recall onto Super. Turns this around a little bit, but Tongfu actually managed to hold their own. A 3-for-2 trade. They lose the tower, but huge clash, huge win for them. They needed that, and they needed that bad. Taking out the tombstone as fast as possible was crucial for them. If that tombstone doesn't go down, they lose that fight. They do. Mu TPing in, deals with the tomb, and then from there, they manage to trade all right. They get some key heroes with DK as well as Undying going down. Templar Assassin comes in, gets himself I believe, in a kill or two, at least an assist, but it's still a one fight for Tongfu. A hold. They lose a tower, but they're going to be losing towers regardless. With the Serpent Wards, the Undying, there's just too much for them to be fighting into to defend their towers properly. Oh, here we go. Mid lane. It's a group up once again for DK. They've taken down those top towers. It looks like they're just happy to keep going for these group up and push. Arcane Boots on the Undying. They found the opening. It's Moo. Can they get the shackle? No. The high ground positioning prevented MMY from having the shackles as well on top of that sheep. Luckily for Moo, he gets out of that one. If that's a kill, then they go probably for that tier 2 mid tower. How at bottom, he's got just treads, but he managed to hold that. I love this decision. You've got to go for that cleave. He's just going to go full man mode. He's got the repel coming from How. He's just going to go straight armlet maybe here. Armlet, just such cost-effective DPS. It's the build we saw. I think he did that yesterday. Both himself as well as Long DD went straight armlet on Sven, and it proved to be a winning choice in some ways. They were versing a weaker team in Noah's Ark. And we're going to see where they want to go with this. Nature's Prophet just building a mech for his team, getting whatever, the core items as fast as possible. Tongfu, they need them soon because they're going to have DK knocking on their doors continuously. They're going to be unrelenting with this pressure. That's what you want to do with this Undying Keeper of the Light. Sure, you've got the carry potential of a DK as well as a Templar Assassin, but they shine in the mid game. And here we go, Kung Fu Panda. He gets one stun. He gets the tomb off, which is the good news. The bad news is he gets chain stun down. Purification is there as well. DK burning TP'd in. How's going to be the target? Can they do enough damage and repel Guardian Angel? How could maybe try to turn this around in a second, but he has got to run for his life first. He wants to get away. Only follow-up damage. How the repel not going to be there long enough. No purification as well. And now DK on the chase. They're after Long DD. He's got to heal. He's got to repel. He's not going to get them off. DK stun comes through. Gets another kill. Double kill for burning. And DK in a perfect position with this group up at top lane to go start pushing this tier 2 tower. Sure, they burst down the Undying, but not enough heroes there to take the fight. Once they sort of back off a little bit, suddenly it's like, oh, can we turn and fight? No, you can't. DK had superior numbers. You've got Queen of Pain who was at mid lane, and Nature's Prophet who just had to get the hell out of there. Doesn't have the mech. Nature's Prophet can't really offer much in these fights. Moo doing the best he can to try trade at mid lane. Get a tier 1 tower out of this would be big for Tongfu, and he's going to go in. Oh, no, I thought he was going to go in and try tank up the creep wave, just keep that siege creep alive. And the problem is now, ROTK's here. He's going to try to defend this, and Moo's not going to be able to get this tier 1 tower. They probably wanted to go. After losing that fight at top, they wanted to get this mid-tier 1 tower in the meantime. They're not going to have DK pushing this top tier 2 tower. It looks like DK decided to back things off, but regardless, another 1-5 for DK. More kills going the way of Burning, and Burning his BKB up in about 300 gold. Queen of Pain, Moo getting the, I believe, most farm in the game as far as raw CS goes, and for his team, he's going to have a big impact in these upcoming fights if they want to hold. Burning TP's bottom. He's actually not with his team, but the good news is this is the power of Keeper of the Light when you're going for these push strategies. You pop the ultimate, you bring DK in, and that's what we're going to see QQQ do soon, hopefully. He needs to pop it, he needs to bring the DK. DK's not there, and Tongfu getting maybe a slightly better engagement here. The Undying has dropped the tomb, and Tongfu take it out as fast as possible using Hao's ultimate. DK's still not here. Keeper of the Light has not brought him in. No mana for recall, and this is the problem. QQQ could not bring in Burning. Burning had no ultimate as well, so maybe they were not looking to take that fight. DK with some buybacks here. Shadow Shaman was the only loss. So it looks like DK just want to keep on going for this push. Burning going to get recalled in now. And here we go. The tier 2 towers are going to try to force this. Serpent Ward's got dropped. They know how. Sven has no ultimate. The Keeper of the Light spam just pushing heroes back. Long DD takes the full-blown force of that Illuminate. And he doesn't have really the mana to spam this Purification. No Arcane Boots, no Soul Ring. He's just got a couple Gauntlets of Strength, in fact. And, well, Tongfu get forced back. Forced to sort of play very ultra-defensive. DK has a BKB up now, and he's just level 10. He's somewhat under-leveled as far as the time is going, but for his items, he's far ahead in items, and this BKB pickup, he's just going to look to sort of go for this group up and push. Levels don't matter as much. The level 1 ultimate gives you more pushing power than the level 2 ultimate, having that poison corrosive attack onto towers. And here we go. Where did DK go next? It looks like they just want to get some farm up. They're not looking to push down the last out of tower. They're not looking to go for Roshan. They want to just get some levels of farm, push out these lanes, deal with Tongfu, and Moo at the bottom lane. We're going to find Burning running into him. Blink, TP instantly. Burning, not going to be able to get there in time with the stun. MMY was coming in as well. Great smart play from coming out from Moo. He positioned himself so that wherever Burning came from, even in the ultimate form, there was going to be time to get that blink off. He was going to be able to get that blink off, and, well, He blinks the right way. If he blinks upwards towards Burning, towards his own base, he gets stunned. He's still in range. And here we go, Tongfu Sansheng. Whoop, it's Super, who has an Invis rune, also has a Blink Dagger up. Could easily take down some of these squishy heroes like Sansheng very, very rapidly. I don't imagine Tongfu have much in the way of vision at this time being. No sentries, no dust, nothing of the sort. Well, not what you want to see for Tongfu fan. You will need to have that counter vision. You need to be able to deal with the Templar Assassin, not just because of the Invis rune, the meld as well, and just the ability for DK to sort of control this map. They've got some aggressive wards at top lane. They've got these lane wards as well. They know when Queen of Pain is solely pushing this bottom lane, which Moo's spending a lot of time doing. They may be able to use this to help get some pickoffs using a DK ultimate form stun initiation. Something we haven't seen Burning do, which he has done in the past when he's really looked to get pickoffs on heroes looking to get too aggressive with these pushes, and something the Pinot players do, getting Shadow Blade on DK. Burning's done it in the past in one game where he went first item Shadow Blade, used it to get lots and lots of pickoffs, but this game it's straight BKB. And it looks like DK want to play a more push-oriented style of play here, as well as getting, well, at least with the early game. But now that they've got this lead, as far as the lead goes, this is what we're talking about. Almost a 10,000 gold lead going the way of DK. They're now happy to sit back. They're looking to just get those next level of items up rather than go for an all-out push, that game-ending push, that sort of big team fight. And I think they're afraid because they know that this Omni Knight with the Sven can really pack a punch. He's got the max-out cleave here. He's got just the Gloves of Haze. This is to start building that armor, and Sven with Repel on him is going to be painful. He pops the ultimate, especially with an armor, he's going to be really doing a lot of damage here. Oh, Super has found Sansheng. Sansheng gets KO'd. Big meld hit. Blinks in. He's already popped the Invis rune here. Needs to get out of here, but no, his teammates have backed him up. They're coming in from the side, from this jungle here, and they're going to run right into How. How going to get spotted here. Can MMY get in nearby? There is a trap. How going to get slowed down, and not a chance in hell for How. Maybe the Omni Knight. What am I talking about? Maybe he does get away from this. Another trap will come in. Maybe they switch targets here. Long DD does get sheeped up. It will be Long DD who pays the price, and can they keep on chasing? Super has blinked up in a couple seconds. How needs to maybe turn and stun. He is going to do so, but Super gets himself a double kill. Killing spree at the top lane. 3 kills going the way of Super. Not an actual triple kill. I believe the first kill on the Leshrac was too long ago. And DK, they're here to defend the bottom lane. Burning's picked up a second point and ultimate, going for the AoE attack. Decides not to engage. Could have maybe looked to sort of try chasing one of those heroes, get a stun off. Probably deciding there's maybe a few too many there. He's got QQQ and backup though. And DK, they've got a couple of heroes at top as well. They really split up here, so they're not looking to keep on going for these pushes here. They're looking to just control the map. Really just look to punish Tongfu wherever they can. Get kills on heroes who are called out alone. Out-farm Tongfu and just punish Tongfu when they're trying to get whatever farm they can. Whenever Tongfu are trying to catch up. Force Tongfu to play ultra defensive and play a losing style of play by giving DK more and more farm. And just take Burning to the late game with getting lots of big items. Get him his Assault Crest. Maybe get him some kind of DPS here. Or maybe just get really tanky. Get up that something like a Heart of Tarask here. To make him even harder to kill. Make him even beefier. As right now DK, they're not grouped up, they're not looking to try force this push all too much here. Tongfu forced to just farm their own Ancients, farm wherever they can. As far as catching up goes, they are in a position where they are well behind, but not out of this yet. They've got the heroes who can deal enough damage, should they get a few fights to go their way. And with the Sven, with the Omni Knight, it just comes to being grouped up, not being caught out of position, not getting outnumbered in these fights, which the last few times has been the scenario. DK come in, they get a pickup early on, whether it's a Leshrac, then they look to chase with 4v2 scenarios, 4v3s, and Tongfu are playing too much of a split push type of style. It's getting them a lot of farm on heroes like Queen of Pain, but the rest of their team is struggling. It makes it hard for Leshrac, Omni Knight to actually have an impact when it's a pure split push coming from the Queen of Pain, coming from the Sven, and it makes those heroes a lot more vulnerable to being ganked. You can see here, Long DD is just camped behind How. It's another smoke gank from DK, and they're going to have to make a run for it. Long DD maybe wants to pop his ultimate here. It's his only maybe get out of jail free card for How. How is going to get out of here, but Tongfu throw pretty much everything to survive that gank here, and maybe it's not done. Super is looking to do more, looking to get Sansheng here. Sansheng, the Leshrac, so squishy. Burning goes high ground, pops the BKB. Sansheng should go down here, does get crushed to pieces. DK going high ground, diving tier 3 towers here, and we're just 21 minutes in. Stun from Sven, he's popped the ultimate also, but he cannot go in. Needs to repel on himself. It looks like, well, once again, Tongfu get a kill, and then they get back. They go back to farming. Burning TP's back towards the bottom lane, pushes it out. And you can always get recalled back by that Keeper of the Light as soon as he's ready to rejoin his team. DK just playing a game where they continually increase their lead. They're not looking to win the game. It's that philosophy. When you're ahead, get further ahead. You don't look to just say, okay, we're ahead, let's just group up as 5, push down the mid lane, get racks. It's not as simple as that. The defender's advantage for Tongfu. And it also, just the fact that it makes it, maybe, aside from the defender's advantage, it gives a fight to Tongfu, which is okay for them, because a straight head-on 5-on-5 clash, if Tongfu know it's coming, they can deal with. But these pickoffs, this unpredictable movement around the map from DK is much harder to deal with, and DK are using that to just extend their lead bit by bit. And that's going to be reflected here. It's still increasing gold lead. Tongfu trying to take down some towers here. They're going to find a tombstone at the top lane, and with that, they know it's on cooldown. They know they can maybe try and go for this top tier 1 tower. Keeper of the Light needs to pull in DK. Here comes the recall. Burning's there. He's going to go to the front lines. Has he got the BKB back up? 2 seconds. He's going in. It's going to be How the front line's getting completely melted. Super's on a mega kill. This Super TA proving to be one of the new formidable solo mid plays. He's going to find Long DD trying to TP out. Couple more right clicks. Undying gets the kill. DK Burning was there with a stun to prevent the TP out regardless. And Moo, he's gone straight for this BKB. He's gone for the survivability of this, and he's trying to just counter push this mid lane. He will get this tier 1 mid tower if DK don't react to this. Maybe DK send a hero TPing there. Maybe Burning TP's there because the recall from Keeper like can always bring him back. And there we are. We're going to see that. They don't want to give up a single tower to Tongfu. Burning is there, and he's going to go for this deny. Can Queen of Pain do anything about this? I don't think it's going to be the case. Moo pops the ultimate, trying to go in on Burning. Nature's Prophet comes in as well. Maybe they try right-click Burning down. I love this decision to pop the ultimate before he BKBs. They get the kill. DK had a BKB there. Actually, no, it's on cooldown. What am I talking about? He used it at the top lane, and now Tongfu. Great play from Moo this mid lane. Here comes Sansheng as well. They're going to get ROTK. If ROTK is not careful with the tombstone there, the DK is not going to be enough. Now they get the tombstone as well. They're trading a tier 2 tower for this, but Tongfu finally makes something go their way. Nature's Prophet TPing in at the right time. Sansheng was there as well. Completely misread that situation. DK did not have his BKB, and that was not a fight he wanted to be taken with the Queen of Pain. And the tower as well, going the way of Tongfu. Tongfu now only behind by 6 kills. They're behind by a lot of towers. Still a big farm difference between the two teams, so that's going to buy them some time. Get How this armlet up. And How at this top lane, just Repel just being used just in case a gank is coming in. Keeping him as safe as possible. I love what QQQ has done with this Keeper of the Light. He's picked up a very early gem.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structure.
And Tongfu, well, they take mid tower. They're looking to take bottom as well. Burning. He's gone for the Maelstrom, gone for a more DPS type of build here. Has not learned his lesson. He says, okay, this time, I'm going to take you down, Moo. Moo's the one who has to get forced to back off. Well, maybe I should say he has learned his lesson. He's learned how to fight this Queen of Pain solo pushing. Queen of Pain having no ultimate, DK having his BKB. Burning knows that that's a fight he will come out on top of this time around. And the tier 1 tower, it's not actually deniable, so that's probably works in the favor of Tongfu. It means Moo can come back, go for another split push soon, and look to take that at a later date. As here we go, tier 1 tower, going to be the target for Moo. He's going to spend all his time just sort of dealing with this bottom lane. Going up head to head with this DK. DK does pack a punch now with this Maelstrom if he can get some of those lightning procs to go. And the rest of the DK team, they're going to be looking to group up now, maybe look to bring in Burning whenever there's a clash with that Keeper of the Light. And it's Veronica who gets caught out and needs to pop this mech as soon as possible. They'll give him some plus armor. He's trying to TP out. Is it going to be in time? Yes, it does. Keeper of the Light Illuminate coming in a second too late. Nature's Prophet, the mech keeping him alive. And it's bottom lane. Burning. BKB, TP. Well, no BKB, just a straight TP. He gets somewhat jumped on by the Tongfu team. Tongfu did have a Queen of Pain ultimate, but wouldn't have done enough damage, so Moo knows to conserve that. And now that's actually a good move from Tongfu. They don't get the kill, but this will be a tier 1 tower by the looks of things, because Burning, he can't TP back there unless we see someone like Keeper of the Light TPing in, recalling a hero to that bottom tier 1 tower. This looks like another tower going the way of Tongfu. So Tongfu pick up the tier 1 mid, the tier 1 bottom, their first 2 towers of the game. And this is some smart play, smart decision making. This is not though. Oh my gosh, great play from MMY. He's picked up a Blink Dagger. He finds Moo. I don't think that's a bad play from Moo. I just think that's a great decision from MMY. TPing in with the Blink Dagger. That's something that Tongfu did not know MMY had up. Die with the support play. Finds a big pick-off for his team. Amazing. I'm thinking, okay, this is a free tower. Burning's not back unless we see TP. They didn't TP in time, but he TP'd at the very last second, and the Blink catches Queen of Pain by surprise, and DK going to use this opening to take down Roshan. Queen of Pain, really the one sort of strong and stable hero on this Tongfu side. How is just a bit too under-leveled, doesn't really have the punch needed with just an armlet, and they can't contest this without Queen of Pain.
Thanks.
And here we go, long DD. Just doing nothing. about this. They may have known Tongfu, but they definitely could not have done anything about this. They're actually going to go for a slight split push at the top lane. We'll probably see DK once again looking to defend this. Probably going to have Burning TPing up there. Maybe someone else. Burning can just actually walk his way towards the top lane. It looks like he's going to do that, bringing a creep wave in tow, but he's quite happy to say, I'm coming, Tongfu. You guys better back off. Don't touch our top tier 1 tower. As it does look like Kung Fu Panda ROTK has finished off a pipe, a point booster. Quick little item check for some of you guys that are interested. Pipe up on the Undying. We've already seen the Maelstrom of the DK. Keep of the Light. Similar items for a while. He's probably got a good chunk of change. He's got 1300 gold on top of that. And Super. Wow, this is not an item I would have expected on a TA, but it makes perfect sense given the scenario. He's gone for a Diffusal Blade to deal with the Omni Knight, the Repel as well as the GA. This is kind of like a utility solo mid from Super. He's saying, I don't need huge damage, I don't need a Desolate. He is going to get some damage now in the form of a Crystallis. So Super with a ton of farm. You've got MMI with the Blink Dagger as well as that gem. And then the dire side, you've got the BKB up on Mu. Veronica with the Midas now on top of the mech. Ghost Scepter up on Sanshig to help survive the TA and the DK onslaught. Even deal with the Undying Tombstone. And then House starting to build a BKB, but still a bit of a way away from that. Just having that Ogre Club, just getting the raw HP. Maybe he doesn't even go for a BKB. Having that Repel behind him. He could always just go for a Heaven's Halberd, but there is the Diffusal Blade on Super, so I feel BKB is essential. And now DK, level 16 on the Dragon Knight for Burning. They're looking to siege down this mid lane. They've got Super with the Aegis in the front lines. He's just right-clicking away on this, and this is going to be very hard to defend. You've got Illuminates coming in, just chipping down, chipping away, getting Leshrac, getting the Omni Knight low right off the bat. Omni Knight needs to be careful. He's just so important to stay alive. Even with the Diffusal Blade up, Guardian Angel actually on cooldown, and with that on cooldown, this defense gets that much harder. And this tier 3 tower looks like it's going to go down. Less Tongfu making a play soon. It's going to be Mu who blinks in. He's got the Repel. They're not going to pop the Diffusal right off the bat on him. They know he can always get that blink off if they're not fast. And here we go. The Rax is getting sieged to pieces. Tongfu unable to engage. DK playing this push so smart, not giving Tongfu any opportunity at all. The Rax gets denied actually. Mu gets the deny off. It denies, what, 250 gold. So, I mean, it's worth denying. But the problem is you're down a set of Raxes now. Next one goes to the TA. Super gets that one. Super now. DK as a whole, they back off. They've got the Aegis still. They're going to say, well, that worked. That went according to plan. Let's go next lane. Let's go bottom. Let's go top. No reason to sort of overstay your welcome in this Tongfu lane. They don't need to go diving for kills. That's what Tongfu are hoping for. They're hoping for a mistake and an overextension from DK. If Undying or if Dragon Knight goes in too far, even with the BKB, it's something that can be punished by the raw physical damage coming out from the Sven. And the defensive capabilities of an Omni Knight, of the BKB Queen of Pain. So they've got a lot of defensive capabilities, but if DK just continually poke, chip away at the tower, chip away at the Raxes, and don't actually engage, it becomes so much easier to actually get those Raxes without a fight happening. And it looks like, well, Queen of Pain gets spotted by this trap by the looks of things. There was a big line drawn on the map by DK, and are they going to be looking for this Queen of Pain? Are they going to be looking for this pick-off? Shadow Shaman is not there. That's really the one hero who can catch this Queen of Pain so well, so easily. Dragon Knight, you have to get the stun nice and quickly, but that Hex is instant. Not to mention, Shadow Shaman has the Blink Dagger. They're all getting spotted out by this Dire Observer, a very offensive Observer. Amazing that they actually got that one down. But it's the bottom lane push, and Tongfu, they know it's coming, and this is something they've got to take the fight. For better or for worse, you've just got to take a fight. You can't give up another set of Raxes without taking it, and expect to take this game in the late game, being down 4 Raxes. That's why we're going to see probably Tongfu having buyback on key heroes like Queen of Pain, starting to build up an MKB, going for pure damage. Sven has buyback as well, I want to say here, and this is going to be, they're just going to go diving in and then use those buybacks. They're not going to win a head-on fight when they go diving in as far as trading goes, but they may be able to get a kill or two and then buy back and look to re-engage, and they're going to have to go in soon. It's going to be Mu who goes in first. DK pulls the BKB, he gets the stun on long before to go down. He doesn't get off the ultimate, he goes down. Oh no, all over Red Rover for Tongfu if they can't hold on to this. No buyback from Omni Knight. Sven does buyback. Queen of Pain pops the ultimate. The Dirge's Tombstone is still there, and it looks like DK can just chase and chase all day long. Kill by kill. MMY goes blinking in as well. How is going to be looking to brought down a second time. Looks like they're not going to commit to this. Kung Fu Panda ROTK. This is not your base. Don't overstay your welcome. But DK have already taken a very decisive team fight victory here. And it looks like this could be game number 1 of this best of 3 going their way. How calls GG? DK take game number 1 of this best of 3 here in your WCG Chinese qualifiers. This is a 8-team qualifier. The top 2 teams do qualify for the WCG Grand Finals later this year. I believe the first weekend in December, and DK have taken game number 1 of this semi-final. The winner of this match will qualify as far as I know. As far as I know, the top 2 teams from this GoDz qualifier, and this being a semi-final means the winner of this does make the cut, does finish in that top 2. And we are going to be seeing DK get one step closer. They've really been playing well. Apart from IG, they are the team who are just really dominating. And I'd say, to me, the most impressive player who, as of late, has been ROTK. He's stepped up his game. He's playing that side lane so much better than he has in the past. Burning, he's rock solid as always. I mean, you've never doubted Burning's ability. You've never really doubted Super in the mid lane. I'd say Super stepped up his game as well, but he was never really a liability. ROTK in that off lane at times was a bit of a liability, but he's been playing amazing. He's really just had it figured out. He's been playing different heroes. He's been playing Rubik sometimes as an offlane or sort of a semi-jungler. He's been playing Undying here as a Suicide Soul. He got first blood on the Queen of Pain. Gonna have to definitely ask some of these players, show me this replay, show me what happened. How does Queen of Pain give up first blood to an Undying? But guys, DK take game 1. I'm GoDz from GoDz Gamers from Beyond the Summit TV, here casting the WCG Challenge Qualifiers. There's the brackets over there on the left. We'll be back soon with your next live match, game number 2 between DK and Tongfu. We'll have a quick commercial break. Ads, of course, going to support the stream, support myself, support LD, who works with me here at Beyond the Summit, and we'll be back soon with game number 2. Thanks, everybody.